Welcome to Hard Truth Stories. My name is Tom. I am 24 years old. I met Jenny, 21, shortly after graduating from university. She was in her last year as well, and we quickly hit it off, and within 6 months, she moved into my apartment. Jenny graduated shortly after, and we settled into living, me working full-time and Jenny part-time. We started talking about marriage the following year, and then something happened that brought reality to a clear point. Jenny came to me one day with tears in her eyes. She was pregnant. I was a bit surprised as we used precautions, but nothing is for sure, as we know. I thought this would bring us closer together, and for a time, it seemed as though it did. But into her second month, she started spending more time with her family and friends, and while we still did things together, she seemed more and more distant. My suspicion started to grow as Jenny started making more decisions about the baby without me. Her parents bought her a baby car seat and sleeping bed. I said we should go together to do these things, but she dismissed my concern. At 4 months pregnant, we had a celebration party for family and friends on both sides. I noticed Jenny's childhood friend Beth watching from the corner chair. She looked worried and not at all her usual happy self. I went to talk to her and see how she was. She said she was fine, but asked if we could meet to talk the next day. She had something to tell me, but not here. The next day I left the office for lunch and met Beth at a cafe. As we drank our coffee, she said that she had to tell the truth and could no longer hold in the lies that Jenny was telling. I took a deep breath and prepared for the worst. Beth, with tears in her eyes, told me of Jenny in university. She had been with a guy from high school named Joe for years. Joe was lazy and had no ambition, but Jenny always said that he would snap out of it and make something of himself. It did not happen, and the year before I met Jenny, Joe had broken up with her and moved away. Joe came back to town shortly after Jenny and I moved in together. Beth saw them together in a car and eventually questioned her about it. She begged Beth not to say anything, and she agreed. Jenny said that Joe still did not have his life together, but she was giving him a chance. Beth asked her how she could do this to Tom, the man she claimed to love and was talking about marrying. She said that it was just for a few months with Joe to see if he would change. Beth was heartbroken but stayed silent, although it caused her great pain and regret. Finally, a few weeks ago, Joe told Jenny he did not love her and had found someone else and again left her, not knowing if the child was his or not. Beth apologized again and left silently. Jenny had been talking of marriage over the last week, even as she had been distant and cold the last few months. I knew now why. She was going to use me for money and security and then leave if Joe asked her to go. That life was gone now for her, and I was the second option. I started to plan. I had 5 months to prepare for either the child being mine or not mine. The lease was in my name, the cars were in my name. I had paid for everything in our relationship, and Jenny only took more and more. The lease to my apartment came up and I went to a month-to-month agreement. As the months went by, more plans came together as I prepared for what was to come. If the child was mine, of course I would take care and be the father, but that would be as far as I would go. Finally, the day came, and Jenny gave birth. Jenny had chosen her mother to be with her at birth. That made it easier for me. As Jenny recovered, I requested a DNA sample of the child and had it sent to a private practice doctor. A few weeks later, I was alone in my apartment. Jenny went to stay with her parents for a few days, and I made work excuses not to come. I had an envelope in my hand, the DNA results. I slowly opened the envelope and took out the letter. I steeled myself and read the results. The child is not mine. Feelings of both sadness and relief flood through me. Jenny had truly betrayed me, and now the planning of the last months began. I contact the apartment property manager and give them my 1-month notice. Jenny's parents had picked her up, and so I had her car. No, my car, as I owned it in the parking spot in the garage. I started making phone calls that I had planned and readied for months. The next morning, a company came and bought and took away the furniture from the apartment. A car company bought both of the cars and took them away. The property manager had a waiting list to move into the apartment and agreed, so I was free from the final month of the lease. I scanned the DNA test letter and upload it on my phone. I select all of our family and friends from both Jenny and mine. Over 40 people on the list as my finger hovers over the send button. I close my eyes and take a deep breath, and I feel cold and resolute on the inside. My finger descends and taps send text. How much time went by, I don't know. 10 or maybe 15 seconds, and messages and phone calls come flooding in. I see one call from Jenny. I stare coldly at the phone and start blocking and then deleting all of Jenny's family and friends. Jenny has called and messaged non-stop. She is the last one. I tap the block button and then delete. It is over. I look around the empty apartment. It is as empty as Jenny and her lies and deceit. The next day I step into my new apartment on the other side of town. All my hard work has paid off and I have a new promotion and big raise. New furniture is arriving and I am going to see my new car and finish the paperwork for delivery later in the day. I realized that to move forward, you have to let go of the past everything. So now I have a fresh start and the past is gone with all those things I had shared foolishly with Jenny. 6 months later, Beth stops by my office. We go for coffee, and she apologizes again. Beth told Jenny that she could not stay silent and that for what she has done, she could no longer be friends with her. Beth has heard that Jenny is living at home with her parents. Jenny has been looking for Joe but cannot find him. His friends say that he was talking of leaving the state, or even the country. Jenny is not working and just sits with the baby and cries all the time in her parents' house. I sit, no emotion and cold. I feel nothing for this woman who betrayed and lied to me. Beth leaves. I sit and drink my coffee as I receive a text message. It is from Mary, who I am dating now. She is sweet and kind and beautiful, and the cold stare leaves my eyes, and I think about our date later tonight. The past is the past after all. I let it all go and think of the bright future ahead.